I barely get any internet service. So what I'm trying to do is get my internet to work. Well enough that I can record and watch a video at the same time. The guy who got busted stealing keeps going by and kicking the building. Oh, just restarted. Oh, that's cool. I can't use a Balearic sling, but that's a cool notice on my phone. Shows you how to braid them and everything. Well, if only that's what we were looking for, right? It is a cool looking braid though. Use 5 or 6 strings. This one uses 7. Nope, looks like it uses 8, but they're doubled up. Well, in either event, that's not something I need. I'm going to go to the video in specific. Here it is. It's the guy. And I started recording just now because he's staying in a black vehicle right outside of the place, and he's going by and kicking the building. It's metal on the outside, so yep. So he's going by and kicking the building. Meanwhile, the guy who's running the place, he's passed out in a chair with headphones on with music blaring. Oh, I do have one that's of higher quality, but it doesn't have that picture as the front cover. Did I do something wrong, or did he? Do I deserve to be abused because he did something wrong? Do I deserve to be abused because Ted Bollinger did something wrong? Do I deserve to be abused because Troy Bollinger did something wrong? Do I deserve to be abused for other people's wrongdoings? Should those people be allowed to harm me repeatedly, to harass me repeatedly, to have access to me repeatedly because they did wrong things to me? How dare I say anything? That's not what men do, right? Look at all these recordings, okay? Look at how many there are. There's a ton of them. And it eats up space on my phone. But I have to record because there's something going on in the environment that ain't right. It ain't positive by any means. I have to be afraid to speak. I have to be afraid I'll be bullied or harassed. Not okay. Now, how do we stop this kind of abuse? Well, first you gotta recognize it. Second of all, you have to listen. Actually, that's probably first. You need to listen so you know what's going on. Recognize the situation. Allow the person to tell you their story so you can properly assess the situation by listening. Not listening to understand, not to give advice. Your friend is coming to you obviously because there is a serious issue. If your friend is being abused and they're called mentally ill, they can't stop the abuse on their own. They need your help. They need you, their friends, their family members, to get actively involved, to care that they are being harmed. I don't believe that's too much to ask. Anyway, it's cold here. My fingers are freezing. I did buy some gloves, but they basically work worth of crap. Life is what it is. Someone calling himself Warlock SP, type hey there. Hello. One of the youngins from the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot came down. Drove by me, I should say. He's a grown ass adult now, I guess. He said he doesn't go down there anymore and he's not involved with bullying me anymore. Well, I'm glad for that. I don't know if he really stopped or not. A lot of times when they drive by and scream that shit, it's a group of 3 or 4 of them. It is unnerving, it's unsettling. Anyway, right now, that gentleman's well appraised that I'm in a situation where if I'm talking, I'm probably recording. So that kind of gives me some protection from the situation. And the guy who did wrong, he doesn't like the fact that he's been forced into homelessness due to his own wrongdoing. He didn't have to steal. I'm in a pole barn. Yeah, there's a lot of crap in pole barns. Tends to happen. This is where farmers and home shoppers tend to drop off their extraneous BS. Heck, that tire might belong to a vehicle that he still owns. Might belong to a vehicle he hasn't owned since 1968. Anyway, we're not going to focus on your questions. The reason for that is I didn't want to make this YouTube channel, and I didn't make it for people's entertainment. I made it to try to get help stopping abuse that I have to endure. That includes these people kicking my vehicle and then these other folks stealing my stuff. Of course, I know who 3 of the thieves are. Busted one of them with my stuff, busted another one recorded stealing it, obviously. I'm at the mercy of alcoholics, drug addicts, and I'm a disabled person. Meanwhile, the courts want to ignore my disabilities when I try to tell on cops, so does every other service. I don't know what all they stole, because there's a lot of stuff that is unaccounted for that was topside. But they did steal my headphones, my change. There was more than just change up there, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the fact that you don't go stealing from people, especially when they're in such a screwed up situation. We're like SP type, no you don't. No I don't, what? I don't deserve this, or I do deserve it. I'm trying to get help stopping the abuse. I'm overwhelmed. I do want to try playing the thing I'm watching on the Vasa, so I'm going to do that. I agree that people shouldn't be taking advantage of me in any shape or form, but they do. They do because they all know they can use the mentally ill tag and get away with it. Anyway, I've been checking out the Swords to Plowshares idea like I had before, and as I was checking it out, um, I was thinking about some of the other stuff that they use, that the military uses, that could be demilitarized. And as before, the thing about military equipment is that it's highly specialized, and because it's highly specialized, it is also therefore highly wasteful for most applications. It's wasteful. All that armor is heavy. Heavy requires bigger engines. Bigger engines adds more weight, eats up more gas. Anyway, Warlock type, you said you don't steal from people generally speaking. Who is that in the background? There is nobody in the background at all. If you're talking about the noises outside, I'm not sure. Could be anybody. There's a few people that walk by here frequently. Now, when it comes to stealing, I'm not going to pretend that I've never. Let me tell you about Arapahoe County Jail in Colorado. I wanted the Quran. They wouldn't give me the Quran because I already had a Bible. Well, I stole the Quran from the Arapahoe County Jail. That's what they get for assaulting me. That's one of literally maybe a handful of times in my life that I've stolen, if that. The only other time I can remember stealing is stealing, well, I stole some of my Aunt Mary's insulin to try to end my life back in 2019, I think, 2020. No, sorry, 1999 or 9. Might have been 2000, 2001, actually. Anyway, I stole some candy when I was like 13. Um, and I felt so crappy about it, I took the candy back. Um, let's see, I stole insulin from my Aunt Mary. She had a few of the things in her fridge, and I was trying to end my life. And I ended up getting super hot and craving candy. So I stole some change that was in a container. Now, mind you, most of the change that was in there came from me. I took all that change and I bought like $20 worth of candy. And then I went back to my Aunt Mary's and I fell asleep for 3 days. And then I stole the Quran from the Arapahoe County Jail. So 4 times my entire life I have stolen. 4 times total. Let's see. This person typed, I heard a man a bit ago, saw the naked guy the other day. Naked guy? Oh, this person's got a fake profile calling himself Frank Azar. That's like Frank D. Azar. That tells me where his profile's from, or the person who made the profile is from. That would be Colorado. So what do? Make sure we got evidence of it. Anyway, it says, no biggie, naked guy, that's not good. I'm glad it didn't work. Frank Azar typed, yes, yesterday video walked by with pants, came back with no pants, just a bucket. Jesus Christ. Alright, if you let me know which recording it is, that would be very useful. He knows I record. I don't know why he's walking by with his whatever it is. And of course, as always, we got the ever-present button pusher. Clicking the little face buttons on the live feed. So I've got over on the right-hand side a whole bunch of emojis popping up over and over and over again, which is like the most annoying goddamn feature. I tried to get into that earlier and take it off, just so it's not annoying the living hell out of me, but ain't no way to do it apparently. Somebody was typing to me earlier to go into settings. I did go into settings. Frankie Azar type, sorry, thought you should know. Well, could you let me know which video it is and about what time? I'm fairly certain that I don't want people's tallywhackers or lang doodles and whatnots is pointing out for dogging everybody to be seen with their I'd like to make it private for obvious reasons. Nobody needs to be seeing that. As far as being able to go through all my videos to find which one it was, there's literally hours and hours and hours. Also, the dude who's here, he did change his pants into some khakis at some point. I don't know if he's still wearing them. I don't know if that's something he had under the other ones. But yeah, he might have walked by with his whatever hanging out. That's the thing with drinking. Oh, sure, he said it's all right to record, but then he forgets and walks by and shows his parts. Or he gets drunk and starts, well, he tries to give women attention and spend money on them, and then as soon as they're gone, he's pissed off and screaming at what cunts they are because they won't touch his whatevers. So that's the situation I'm stuck in as an autistic adult who's taken a lot of abuse. If I start playing a video on here, it's called On Board the Vasa, episode 2. It's not because I'm trying to ignore you. I'm trying to get my mind off all this shit. I got to take my camera here and I got to record a few things to send to somebody. If anybody at all is able to accept text messages, I need to be able to send somebody text messages of evidence and have them forwarded to my email. And thank you very much for. Let me see more. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know why it's not letting me click on the link you made. Let's see. Almost noon. Tell him if it's creepy, especially the police. All right. All right. It's only an hour and 15 minutes long, so it should be easy to find it. Oh my God. You are so right. It's at 9 minutes and okay. So, yeah, you are absolutely right. And I want to thank you for that. All right. Edit video. Thank you very much for being proactive this time. We will go to um, see video quality, editor. How do I edit the privacy? God, this is a pain in the ass. That's not what I'm trying to do. Details. Visibility. Public. Unlisted. All right. Thank you very much for the assistance. That is actual help. It is proactive. It helps to preserve evidence instead of destroying it. That was a very useful thing that you did. Oh, God, my fucking neck is killing me. Frankie Azar is a, what do you call those? Dummy account. Frank D. Azar is an attorney in Colorado, and that's a take on Frank D. Azar. That's how it lets me know kind of roundabouts the area some of these trolls are in. Which ones are stalking me from Colorado, which ones are stalking me from Nebraska. Different things. Let me know. Now, you guys might not consider it stalking, and I can understand for some of you why you would think that. but also I want you to try to look at it from my perspective. A lot of you are using accounts that allow you too much anonymity and prevents the events that have actually happened from coming to light and coming forward in court. My name is Sean David Schwartz. I go by Sean David Schwartz. I tell people that my name is Sean David Schwartz. I don't go by squirrel food. I don't go by fish nets or catfish or dog breath. I don't have a street name. My name is Sean. If I start playing this video again, I wonder if this feller will start beating on the building again and cursing at it again. I'll try playing it. Yeah, but then I can use the file. And it's working. Yep. Well, streaming file. I have the file. Now I will look at it. But, one file execution into the modes and propagating. No, um, I can't exactly consider this rehab either because it's strapped to my finger. Something more hurtful than. I'm Mm. was removable. Mm. Mm. Okay, so these are type. Would those tires work on your car? What tires? Oh, the ones in the background? No, they wouldn't. Doesn't matter. All tires on my car are brand new. Warlock SB typed. What are you working on? Well, I'm learning about the Vasa, which I've already watched quite a bit on over the years. It's my favorite ship. It's also the inspiration for literally all of the pirate ships and all of the main pirate ships in Pirates of the Caribbean. From the Black Pearl to Queen Anne's Revenge to the Flying Dutchman. VASA. Matter of fact, I will copy video URL and I'll post it here. You can check it out yourself. Anyway, hopefully that youngin' who got busted stealing is done beating on the shed for the night and done screaming at it. Obviously, he hasn't done so in 50 minutes, so we must be good to go at least for the time being. I really want to keep recording, but I want to watch this thing on the Vasa as well. That one's episode 2. You should probably start with episode 1. The other ones I recommend watching are on the El Hermione, and I'll type that in for you. Oh, that's not going to work. Uh, I love the way things were built. Boats, hot air balloons, corks, electrical wiring, stamps, presses, gears. I just love the way stuff works. Warlock typed, how's it getting into steel? Stupidity. I'm not the only person with a key. And the other guy who wanted me to be in protection of that key keeps telling me not to let people in, and then keeps telling me to let these people back in. And then telling me not to, and then telling me to do so again, and then telling me not to again, and it drives a man to drinking. I know for a fact I had one more of these monster Javas here. Just don't know where the hell I put it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Anyway, I'm sorry for you guys seeing the dude's legs, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the entire time I've had this channel, there have been plenty of people who could have helped, plenty of people who watched these things happen, but they didn't help. Some of them promised to do so, but none of them actually did so. Now, when we talk about help, let's talk about the help that I need versus the help that people wanted to offer, because that's pretty important. He had a bucket with him. Yes, I saw the bucket. I went back to the video and I made it unlisted. So I didn't destroy the evidence that it happened. I absolutely believe you because I absolutely watched it. I did not see his tallywhacker, but you were right. Nothing from the waist down. Where's my other coffee? God, I shouldn't twist like that. That shit hurts.